Very good afternoon to everyone once again in our D4 IFDP session. And I will be waiting for a couple of minutes. For next 3 minutes, we can wait for the other participants to join and then we can start the session. Once again, very good afternoon to everyone. And now we can start. Okay, so though we have 2 days left, including today, if you have any questions, any doubt where you want me to answer, you can definitely post in the chat. You can unmute yourself and ask, or you can ask me tomorrow or today anytime. Well, definitely you will be having an opportunity to ask the question always from ExcelR. You can reach out to them. But in case if you have something related to these 4 and 5 days of session, feel free to reach out to me during these 2 hours. We have already understood the data visualization. What is data visualization? Prior to that, we discussed what is data, data analysis, then the data analytics versus business analytics, then business intelligence. We have certain tools within the business intelligence, and among of those, we discussed the Power BI as well. We created one of the dashboard too in Power BI so that we can understand how do we use a Power BI. I hope all of you have practiced that yesterday with me, or you must have tried it after the session, so that you will be getting an idea how does the dashboard gets created. So today we are again going to start with another BI tool, and I'm sure today I'm only going to discuss about this. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough and try to discuss the situations and scenarios where we will be using it, how this data visualization tool will be helpful, and we will be downloading it as well so that we can do again a D2 dashboard preparation session tomorrow with the business intelligence tool called Tableau. So Tableau is the another business intelligence tool, but before we start and understand the Tableau and move ahead with the Tableau, I want to give a quick walkthrough to the dashboards because that is very important. So when we are welcoming you to the world of data visualization, or if you have decided to step into the world of data visualization, always remember data visualization is actually nothing but it is an art of presenting the data in a manner that even a non-analyst can understand it. You should not be a technical person to understand the business from the dashboard. You don't have to be a very strong into the BI tool to understand the dashboard. So that is what is our job, where we have to make the end user, a business team, decision making life easy. So a perfect blend of aesthetic elements like a colors, dimensions, labels can create a visual masterpieces. Hence, you will always have something best in your screen, best in your dashboard when you are trying to at least stick in these all things. Data visualization is absolutely an aspect of business analytics, but always remember the business which we are presenting via the dashboarding and the BI tools, there's something which is very important we have, that is what a data. And you have to visualize it perfectly. As more and more sources of data are getting discovered, business managers, data analytics, business analytics at all levels embrace data visualization software that allows them to analyze the trends visually and take a quick decision easily. Every day there are certain data sources are getting added to the organizations based on some requirements. You will be surprised to hear that along with these kind of data warehouse and database which are really on demand in market and pretty much um, noticeable, databases we have, those are MS SQL, MySQL, and we have the Snowflake, we have the Redshift, we have the Teradata, we have the Toad. So I'm talking about mostly those softwares, or you can consider those data warehouse and databases which I have used. But along with that, there are certain applications, and we call it internal applications, which will be utilized by the different types of organizations to store the data like a MDX, like a iKeys. So these are the different types of applications we have for a different organization. So here we are using the most popular tools for our visualizations is Tableau so that we can deal with any kind of data source. Tableau has been considered one of the fastest evolving business intelligence and a data visualization tool. If you will be Google about it, you will be always finding it out that there is only one BI tool which has climbed the ladder in such a way which has really left the footprint in the market in such a way so no other company or none of the other company has actually touched it before the Power BI has came into the market. And for Power BI, why it was easy? Because Power BI had the another BI applications and a spreadsheet available in the market that was the advanced Excel. So Tableau software belongs to a Tableau software company. We call it a data visualization tool. Now we will be understanding about the Tableau. Let's move ahead. What is Tableau? That's a very big question. What is Tableau? So we all know what is data visualization. Then what is Tableau? What is data visualization? We understand. From there, you can always answer the another question, why data visualization is important. We discussed about it, why data visualization is important. Now, if the data visualization is important, then we need a tool which can read our data and visualize it properly. That's why Tableau is important. So what is Tableau? Tableau is a leading data visualization tool used for a data analysis and a business intelligence work where it can answer the questions of the business managers, a business requirement, and the customer and the end user. But what kind of question we will be having here? Do remember that whenever you are bringing the insights from the data, you are answering certain questions. If you remember my sentences from the D1, I have said this. Hey, if you are turning to the data, then definitely you will have some questions. That's why people turn to the data because they have some story to tell or they have some questions to be answered. So we will be using the Tableau here to make a great dashboard. To make a great dashboard. What makes a great dashboard? To begin building out important and impactful dashboards that your organization will use, always focus on certain questions if you want to make it successful. What are those? Let's go and understand it. These are the questions which you have to first ask. Ask yourself following questions. So what you will be doing? You will be asking these questions to yourself. Who is your audience? That is very important. Like take an example, you guys are my audience today. And if I will be talking here about my one of the project, which is not related to any of the BI tools, I'm going to talk about the Zira today now. Will that make my audience really attractive towards the session? No. Apart from that, the another thing is that I'm not meeting the expectations of my audiences. So who is your audience? That is very important. Which sales KPI should you focus on in the dashboard? Is this dashboard connected to a live data source? Is this data source managed, certified, and prepared by the sales analytics team? So here I have just added hypothetically one of the department name. You can always add it the name of the department with whom, for whom, from where you are getting the data. How often does this dashboard need to be updated? So there would be one cadence set by the organization, weekly, quarterly, monthly, yearly, by yearly. So such kind of cadence you would be having always. Accordingly, you have to follow that. How do you plan to share this dashboard? And will you host it in an internal portal or you will be having some public Tableau server for an organization? Well, most of the people are not aware about it, even though the people who use software, they also are not aware about it. So guys, whenever we are publishing, so in Tableau language, we call the publishing word as a hosting, but in Power BI, we call it a publish. So when we are hosting the dashboards in in Tableau, so we will be having one cloud-based application, that is what, or cloud-based web application, that is what called a Tableau server, where we host our dashboard. Now, when we are hosting the dashboard to the Tableau server, it is always restricted at an organizational level. We cannot see that outside of the organization. But the dummy version of the Tableau server has been provided for the user and for the learners for free by the Tableau company with the name Tableau Public, which is free. There are certain UI which you cannot use into the Tableau Public, but however, Tableau Public will be giving you enough idea about how does your Tableau server will look like. But here I wanted to add a point. In case if you if you are gonna join any of the organization, this option might be there, this option might not be there. But I have found in my 10 years of career, one of my organization had a certain dashboards which was not supposed to be shared with anyone apart from the few people in the organization, because those were very restricted and the sensitive from the organizations too. So now for that, the company has made an application in such a way where our couple of departments can put their dashboards, and it will be only visible to the respective people who all are assigned to work on that or get the business ideas, or the who has to take a decision from the dashboards. So only few of the departments were having the access. But here, why did I add this point? I wanted you to understand when you will take a Tableau session, because in 2 days you will be getting an idea, but whenever you learn the Tableau, whenever you join any organizations, you will be observing you have a Tableau server. Of course, we all will have a Tableau server in organization, but some of the organization, to restrict the dashboard, they keep their own server, and there you can publish the dashboards. Yeah, the method of it would be slightly different, but you will understand it when you have such kind of opportunity, because those will be completely restricted at organizational level. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to share. So now when you are asking these questions from yourself, do remember why you are asking it. You should have some answer as well. Like take an example, who is your audience? Knowing your target audience allows you to focus on which KPI you want to include. Like take an example, if you're working in a sales dashboard and you will add a HR data there, you will show the manpower in the year 2023 we have hired. That won't make any sense. That's not gonna make any sense to the organization or to the people who will be seeing your dashboard. So, knowing your target audience will be always helping you focus on the KPI part, and you can pick it up the right KPI. If you are working on a banking dashboard, make sure you should have the loan, the customer data. If you are working on the sales dashboard, you should have a product, sales, and the reasons. Means there would be many other KPIs, but I'm talking about the few. So these should be there. If you're working on the, take an example, a credit card data, then you should have a credit card, the customer salaries detail, the customer location detail, the customer salary groups detail. So these things should be always there. If you are working on a retail dashboard, you should have the categories of the items. You should be making sure what kind of sales and profit you have, the discounts what you are providing based on that, what kind of profit and sales you are getting, on what items you are providing the discounts. So these kind of KPIs should be there. Which KPI should you focus on the dashboard is another question where you have to really focus on. So which KPI? So design your dashboard to present the KPI, like if you have to show the forecast, and it should be showing the quarterly. It should be in the monthly basis. It should be in the yearly basis. So don't go and add all of the hierarchy. It depends what is needed by your audience. Sometime you should have a growth, you should have a percentage, you should have a quota attainment. So with the flexibility to drill down option, you should be always showing your specific data points via visualization. Do not try to combine all the metrics into one dashboard when you don't have a space, or which may confuse your audience and it might be considered under the low adoption method. Again, the another thing which you need to understand whether the data will be connected to a live data source or not. So this will be helping you out manage the data if you know about it. If you don't know about it, what will happen? Take an example, you have a certain folders and you are getting here the extract data, or might be the data from the flat files. You have imported the data, you have made a dashboard, and now you have by mistakenly deleted those data from the folder after 2-3 months when you don't remember whether you have connected with those data. So during that time, what will happen? You will lose everything whatever you had in your dashboard the time you refresh it. So live connection is always preferable, but knowing you have a live connection, you should be always going with the right path. You should be filtering your data properly, and it will be helping you out, saving a lot of time. How do you plan to share this dashboard? As I said, it is totally depends on the organization, and your organization will be helping you out understand how you should plan to publish the dashboard. So though we are talking about the Tableau dashboard, it is very important to understand what kind of dashboard it can make. Like take an example here, we have understood what is Tableau. Tableau is gonna always helps in creating the charts, reports, dashboards, which will be showing the insights of your business from the source of data. Now, when you have it, you remember this is one of the example of dashboard where you have these all data. So this is a CMO dashboard. I have just taken a snip of it so that we can have a look and we can understand what it is. It's nothing but it's a CMO dashboard. What is CMO? Chief Marketing Officer. Chief Marketing Officer. So this is very intuitive dashboard where we can easily see by seeing the visual. Okay, we have total revenue of 107.5 billion. We have 110.8 k 110.8 k marketing spend. We have 22.37 k cost per acquisition. So that's how we have the data here, which is pretty much easy to understand. So we have targeted to have certain things, and now you can see the target which we had, that was a 64. But average orders value by channels, we have got actual orders 107. It means we are 41.81% ahead from ahead from our target. That shows we are in profit. So easily we can see it when we have a dashboard ready. This is very easy for anyone to see when you have a dashboard ready. So always remember, whenever you are making a dashboard, you should have certain things in your mind. So as an ideal example of a Tableau dashboard, I have added here a randomly one of the dashboard image. So let's discuss something about it and then we'll move ahead. So what exactly it is, how does it work? So that is very important. So this dashboard provides a drill down view into an average order values and a new and repeat clients, marketing sales targets, and sales achieved comparison. So you can see here, these all informations are added here. So now when you have this all information, what you need to understand, okay, so these information are meaningful or not? Yes, it is. In the chief marketing officer, if I will be adding here the HR data or the bank data, will it make any sense? No, it will not make any sense. Because here we want to know the marketing spend. Here we want to know what was our order values. Here we want to know the campaign. So these things when we are seeing here, so repeat customers, how many repeat customers we have. So we are noticing instead of more new customers, we are getting a more repeat customers. So it's very easy to understand by seeing the dashboard, we have a more repeat customer as compared to the new customer. So always remember, this is something which you are seeing that just because you have done the hard work and created a dashboard. So somebody must be doing a hard work to build a dashboards and make it successful for an end user. So this is basically nothing but it is a SEO metrics, or you can say a social media presence, where we are trying to show the market spend. All right, let's understand. Now here, the architecture of it. So a Tableau will be helping you out make a dashboard, but what is the architecture of it? So this one will be followed for the Power BI, for the other BI tools as well. Like you should have here many things. Always remember, take an example, this is your Tableau desktop. Your data will be reaching here. You are the person who will be getting the data here. Do you know how much hard work your data team does to give you this data? They do a lot of hard work. The data actually starts from here. And I'm going to talk about it in details tomorrow, of course, so that you will have some idea from where the data is coming. You never have to do the data management or a data wrangling work, because you are going to be a front end people where you will be building a dashboards, you will be sharing it with your end user, and the work is done. But take an example here, if you want to understand from where the data is coming, then we have a great source to understand. But along with that, this is important too. When you are making a dashboard and you are presenting it to someone, it's your duty to understand from where the data is coming from so that you will be super clear about your dashboards. So the data wrangling team does a lot of hard works, and I'm going to give you a heads up and overview about it at a high level. And I want to take some time tomorrow, extra time, 30 and 40 minutes, to explain about this data wrangling part. So data starts from here. You will be having a data in a actually different place. So you will be reaching out to the data warehouse, which will have a data marts. Data marts means you will have a small cube like this in your data warehouse. In these small cubes, you will having a finance data separately added, a marketing data separately added, sales data separately added, HR data separately added in a different tables. Along with these all data mart like a finance, marketing, HR, you will have a n number of attributes based on the tables requirement. You can have, take an example, 100 tables for a sales, 200 tables for a marketing, 300 tables for a HR, but at least the data team has made your work easy by just putting it into the right data mart. So from there you get the data. But before that, what process we have before coming to this data warehouse, what process we have, that's what I'm going to discuss tomorrow, because I'm very interested in that. And I'm very interested to explain those part to you guys, because I really want you to understand the background part of it. Just the understanding would be enough. You don't have to dig into it and do a practice about it. All right. Then once you have a data ready in the data warehouse, you can always get the data. The data could be connected via different sources. So hypothetically, we have got here a couple of server or connector name. So you will be having certain connectors which will be helping you out connect to the gateway. And this one will be always installed in your system by the IT team of your organization. Then you are having certain components like application server, data server, SQL server. So these are the completely technical part in an organization. We use a lot of things here. We use Hadoop, we use PSpark, we use here Python at a very high level to get the data ready for a user. The user could be you and me, the user could be the leadership team, the user could be a normal analyst. So when the user are using the data, they find it so clean data, so managed data. But for that, there are people who are working on it, and if with a single dot, with a single comma, we can definitely just disturb our data completely. And once we disturb our data, we are gonna spend a lot of time getting the right result, because any mismatch of the data can cost your huge amount of time. Now here you have a gateway. Every company will have certain gateways to reach out to the data level. So that gateway access will be provided to only people who are into the core developer profile. When I say developer, don't consider the software developer, a BI developer I'm talking about. The BI developer role has been designed for those people who are very great into the Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. Yes, Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. So you should be expert in this to become a BI developer. So once you are having a gateway access, you can get the data from here easily to your desktop or to your web, wherever you want. You can get your data to start with your work. So this was the overview explanation about the Tableau architecture. Once the Tableau has been, you know, understood, now we have to start working with it. But Tableau has many products. Tableau has the desktop, they have the server, they have the online version, they have the reader, and they have the public. How do you understand which one you have to use? That's a big question. Let's understand it one by one. So, what we need to understand here about the Tableau? That is what a important part. So Tableau desktop is nothing but it has been created, or it has been launched for a dashboard, stories, and workbook creation. We'll go into the detail. As of now, the overview. Then the Tableau server comes into the picture. So once our stories or a dashboards has been created, we can publish and share it in the Tableau server. Tableau Online. Tableau Online is nothing but it will publish and share in the cloud platform, where you can start building the dashboards and share in the cloud platform too. But Tableau server is gonna be restricted at your organizational level. Then the Tableau Reader. Tableau Reader is a free version for you, where you can go and install in your system to just view the dashboard. It will not let you access the dashboard, amend the dashboard, add anything within the dashboard. But if you just want to view with the use of filter, you can use it. Then the Tableau Public. Tableau Public is a public version or a free version of the Tableau server, which has been added by the company for a learner. Now let's start with the Tableau desktop. So Tableau desktop, which you are seeing, that is what nothing, but it's actually a first tool or a first application of the Tableau where a developer or an analyst start working with it. Tableau desktop has a couple of versions. One is Tableau Professionals and another one is public. Tableau Professional is actually free, but only for 14 days. Post 14 days, you have to buy it, or you will have the another options, that is what called a student version, which will be allowing you to use the Tableau for 1 year. So when we are understanding about the Tableau and we are learning about it, we have many slides to cover. I also want you to start downloading the Tableau in the backend. So I'm going to show you how can you do that. So we will be installing the free version. So here I'm going to share the link for all of the version, but as of now, we'll start with the free version. So let's go and do that. Okay, I have shared a link. Kindly click into the link, all of you. The time you will click into the link, you will have this page here. In this page, you will be noticing you have a Tableau desktop start a free trial option. Tableau desktop start a free trial option. You can click into the start a free trial and you can feel these details. So start filling the detail here. Whatever you have. So I'm randomly adding some detail. And these are important. Now you must be having one question, Neha, if we are not working, then what we can do? If you're not working, then you can add your institute name. Okay. So now here, I will be adding certain details and you can go and add here in this way. Once it is done, you can put your phone number and then you can download free trial. The time you click into that, it will be downloading the free trial in your screen. I'm going to show it to you. In your download folder. You can see today. So this is what will be shown. You can click into this and it will be asking you to install. But though I already have it, it is just asking me to either repair or uninstall. I don't want to do anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel it. So whenever you are doing it, you have to follow it. Take an example. If you want to do it now and you are getting stuck anywhere, you can ask questions from me. I'm going to give only a couple of minutes for it and I'll wait for you. Post that, we can again move ahead. All right. You must have been installed by now. Let's move ahead. The time you install the Tableau, it will look like this. I'm going to open the Tableau software in my system. It's opening, it's taking some time. Yes, it will take some time. So that's why just you leave it in the background to get installed, and we will be continuing with the session. And I won't be doing the dashboarding session today because I know it will take some time. And I have started it now so that we'll have 1 hour, 15 more minutes to check whether we have installed it or not. Because once we'll have it, then only we can start with the dashboarding. So make sure all of you try to hit the link and try to get it. If you will not able to get it for certain errors, you can copy that error and send it to me or write your questions to me. But if you are just seeing it is slow and it is getting installed, then don't worry, it will get installed. Okay. All right. So now let's move ahead. So whenever, okay, so Tableau, though I have got couple of messages, so don't worry, you will be able to get it in some time. Tableau is little slower than the Power BI. Power BI is still faster than the Tableau. So you may take some time, so don't worry about it. And when we do it in our personal laptop, it always takes some time. Because in office laptop, we will be always having a different level of setting, different level of, installation, and definitely a size difference would be there. But when it comes to the personal laptop or a local machine which we use, we don't set it up based on the BI tools or based on our roles and responsibilities. In an organization, it will be always based on our rules and responsibilities. All right. So here I'm gonna talk about one of the dashboard, but before that, couple of things. Whenever you have a Tableau dashboard, whenever you have, always remember we have a different types of extension. The way we have in Excel. In Power BI, it is super clear. We have just one, that is what a PBIX. In Excel, we have Excel, Excel SX, CSV, and many more. In a similar fashion, we have it in Tableau as well. So Tableau we have, but it is for different applications. So we have a different types of here extension. What are those? Tableau workbook, which will be always saved with a .twb. Then Tableau package workbook .twbx. Then extract.hyper, then data source.tds, package data source.tdsx, and bookmarks.tbm. These all are not exactly the extension of it, but how these are correlated, that is what we will try to understand. Because extension play a big role when it comes to a Tableau. Here we have many, so sometime we select the wrong extension, and because of that we sometimes lose our dashboard. Sometime if we don't lose our dashboard, then what we do, we just mistakenly or unknowingly we crash it. So this is what will only not happen if you know your extension properly. You may not remember all of these extension meaning in just one session. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share certain notes through the chat. You can go ahead and keep it, or in the last I'll provide you certain notes so that you can go and keep it for yourself whenever you are practicing it. So Tableau workbook, that is what a .twv. This need to send the source data and Tableau file to the sender. You have made a dashboard, you will have certain data source imported there. So if you are sharing with someone this .twb or saving it in your file or sharing it into the SharePoint and shared drive, then it will be always shared or saved with the data source as well. Then comes to the Tableau packaged workbook, which is a .twb along with the X. So here you will have only zip file. The zip file will not look like a normal zip file. You will have a Tableau workbook where you will be having a zipped symbol. So single zip file containing a workbook along with any supporting local file data and a background images. So here you will be having a packaged workbook where you will have everything. Now this is completely detached from any of the data source or anything else. It is completely detached with that. So it is now individually enough capable to do a work. It is not connected with anything. If you want, you can, but this will still do the work without any connection. Then extract dot hyper. Take an example, you have certain things into the Alteryx or any of the server. I will be giving you the best example of Alteryx. I know you might not know about it and you have not seen the Alteryx, so I'm planning to show it to you tomorrow. How does it look like and how does it work? So basically what I do, I'll tell you here we have a certain steps. So if I have to clean my data, I clean my data within the Alteryx. Once I have cleaned it, the workflow will have certain data. So the final output which I want, that is what I save in a extract dot hyper. So when you use dot hyper, you will be extracting the data from certain source. You have extracted it and you have got a local copy of a subset or entire data set, then that can be used to share the data with others when you need to work offline, because your data is on the data source, whether it's a workflow or whether it's any other data source. But the time you extract that, you can extract the data from Tableau as well. It will be improving the performance of a Tableau dashboard. Now, these are the extension of Tableau. Then we have certain extensions which will be related with the Tableau. What is that? A data source, .tds. Data source files are shortcut for quickly connecting to the original data that you use mostly. In a similar fashion, you got some more, that is what a package data source or a bookmarks. So what happens, the way you have a TWV versus TWBX, in a similar fashion, you have a TDS versus TDSX. So TDS versus TDSX has the same difference. It will have a package data source, which will be in a zip file. In a similar fashion, if you want to get the package data source, like take an example, if you have a package data source, it will be a zip file which will contain the data source file .tds described all kind of local file such as .hyper, text file, Excel file, access files, and local queue files, and we can also name it with the flat files. Then the TBM, it contains a single worksheet and is an easy way to quickly share your work. Tableau really requires you to work on a many things, but when you are working on a dashboard, there is a one thing which you always have to take care. That's what a data types. If you know the data types, then you can work in a Tableau in an easy way. Well, we are not gonna dig into that now because that is another story where we have to spend a lot of time. But whenever you have time, you please have a look to the data types. That will be helping you a lot understand what types of data we have and how do we use it. When I say data types, never consider it you have a two different types of data, qualitative and quantitative. We have a data types for the data. And what are those? When it comes to a data types, you can always consider the string, numerical, date time, boolean, geographical, and many more. So like geographical, boolean, these will falls under the qualitative. String will fall under the qualitative. Numerical, date time will fall under the quantitative. So that's how we need to understand it. All right. Now we will be understanding what type, how do we connect the data, how do we connect to the data from Tableau and which option we should be picking it up. So we have only two method. That is what a live versus extract, very simple method. Either you can use a live or you can use an extract. It's super simple. So now let's understand how does it work. So whenever you are connecting to a data, always remember, so you will get an option. Now, live and extract. So what it will be doing, I'll tell you what it will be doing for you. It will be giving you the snapshot of data of that respective time period or till that respecting a time period when you are selecting the extract. But when you select live, it will let you connect it with your data source. And if any changes happen within the data source, what's gonna happen? You will always have the changes in your Tableau by a single refresh. Let me go ahead and share my screen of Tableau now so that you can see how does it look like and what kind of dashboard we can have. So here I have shared a Tableau workbook where we have a multiple tables, we have some graphs, most of the tables we have because yesterday we have worked on many visualizations. So today I thought to work on some of the tables. Now, when you are seeing this dashboard, what you are observing? So this is absolutely a different tools from the Power BI, but the end result will be similar. You can make a same kind of dashboard, same kind of reports. You can have the same kind of calculations. But of course, the user interfaces, data connection methodology will be different from the Power BI. The time you open a Tableau, the time you open a blank Tableau, what happens? You will be having a welcome page and you can go ahead and click into the new and you will get this kind of Tableau workbook. Whenever you comes under the Tableau, it will be always having the workbook. What you are seeing now, that is what called a workbook. Let's go and have a quick walkthrough of this Tableau. But before that, guys, can I quickly have some responses from the people if you manage to install this Tableau? Okay, in case if you have any questions, you can definitely let me know, no worries. So let's understand this and then we will be moving ahead with one of the sales and marketing dashboard. Okay, so 2 more minutes and someone is saying, okay, very good. Awesome. So couple of participants have already got it in their system. So if you guys want, you can definitely try it with me. So kindly open this one and you will have this page. So I want you to understand how does it actually work. But before that, always we need to understand the user interfaces of the BI tools. If you know the user interfaces of it, and if you know what is the use of each one of the UI, the half of the work will be done. So have a look to this page. This page have something which is very common with the Power BI. And what all are those? So first one is canvas. You have got the canvas here. The difference between this and Power BI is here in one sheet, you can only make one visual and you have to get the another visual into the another sheet. Sheet 1, sheet 2, these are nothing but it will be called as a worksheet. Take an example, you have made something and you want to make a dashboard, then you have to go to the dashboards. So let's understand. If you can see, let's start understand from here. If you will be noticing here, you are having three symbols. The first symbol is for worksheet. The second symbol is for dashboard. The third symbol is for story. So what is Tableau worksheet? Worksheet is nothing, but it contains the single view along with the cells, cards, lessons. When we work on worksheet, then the data and analytics pane are available on its sidebar. As of now, it is not there. No, it is there, but we need to activate it. You can see on the top right side, you have a show me option. In the show me option, whatever you have, those visuals will get activated the time you will import the data. Okay, now you have data guide options. So whenever you are importing the data, you have certain data guide options here, like about the filters which you want to apply, about the data in this visualization. As of now, we don't have, so it is telling you openly, hey, you don't have a data here. If you want to detect some outliers, then you can do that. So this is the newly added feature which we have in Tableau now. Then the second option is dashboards. In the dashboard, you cannot create anything. It is a collection of views from the other worksheet. Like sheet 1 and sheet 2 is your worksheet, and those all sheets has been added to the left side of the place you can see, from where you can go and drag it and drop it to the canvas of the dashboard. So take an example. This is a sheet 1. You want to get a sheet 2. We have got these two. In a similar fashion, you can add here n number of views to make a dashboard. So when we select any dashboard, then the dashboard and the layout panes are available on its sidebar. So you can see in the left side, you have some options. Do you want to ask something to data? Do you want to tell the story about your data? Navigations, if you want to add a web page, if you want to download certain things, if you want to add a text. So many options would be there based on your visualization. Size of it you can change, size of it you can design according to your requirement. As of now, I know we don't have anything, so there is a no meaning of changing it, but I'm just going to show you how does it work. So it is changing. So if you can change it to the different fixed size options, it will be changing the design of your dashboard. Then you have a story. So the third option is story. Story is nothing but it contains a sequence of the worksheet and a dashboard, or a dashboards and a dashboards, or a dashboards and a worksheet. So you can have a worksheet with the combination of dashboards. You can have a multiple dashboards here added. You can have only multiple worksheets added here. So for the story sheet, the story and the layout pane are available on its sidebar. So you can go ahead and add a story about it. So you can always add a story about your dashboards here in this square, in this grayed out square box or a rectangle box, where you can go and write something about your dashboard. So here it will be added. Let's go and have a look to the data source. The time you click into the data source, if you have missed it, always remember you should be having a very good idea on your data set page. The data set page will be giving you this kind of option. So it shows what all dashboards I have. Like take an example, this one I'll open. Okay. The selected file cannot be opened because it does not exist or you do not have a permission to access it. But still it shows all of those dashboards, whatever I have created so far, you can see that. Even though I have deleted those dashboards from my system, but still it is available here. That's a great part about it. Now, this is open item, which is giving you an opportunity to open those dashboards, whatever has been created by you in your system and whatever has been kept somewhere in your system. And you have opened it earlier. If there is a something which has not been opened, that might not reflect here. This is all about the main page. Now, what you have into the left side, in the left side, you have got many different types of group. You can see what is the meaning of that. So you have got here a connect Tableau server, connect to a file, Microsoft Excel, text, JSON, Microsoft PDF, special, statistical, and you have many other options. Only these all options we have, Neha. What if we have a MS SQL? What if we have a SQL Server, Oracle, and Redshift? Then you can click into the more and it will be showing you all of those options. Can you see we have 72 options here? So now here you have the 100 of options. You can go ahead and pick it up the one which is important for you and with which you want to work on. So installed connectors 72 and then do go to the right and you have additional connectors 30. So the newly added all the data warehouse, database would be added here based on the Gartner company feedback suggestions which they are receiving from the customers. Now you have got a file, new, open, hide start page, and repository locations and some of the locations for dashboards. Server, I told you, server is something which is restricted at an organizational level. And there, what will happen? You will be always getting an opportunity to host your dashboard for an end user. And of course, you have to work on the access level later on. So now here, let's go and understand. Now, here we are having different types of connectors, but we don't know about it. We are having different types of visualizations like waterfall chart, we have the box plot, we have area graph, we have line graph, we have bar, column, pie, combo, many different types of graphs, but we don't know about it. So we can go to the help. You can watch the training videos which are available for free, and you can gain some knowledge about the Tableau for completely free. Free training videos, getting started, Tableau preparation, connecting to the data, mapping, calculations. So these are the detail level. Admin viewer, manage Tableau cloud. So you can go and have a look to these. Then what is instructor led training? Instructor led training is now on Trailhead Academy. So you can go and access my training, but of course you have got here a browse Tableau classes with the fundamentals, intermediate or advanced level. Do you want to do it with the intermediate level? Go ahead and click into that and have a look. Continue as a guest. As of now, it is giving me an option to continue as a guest. So you can go and register here, but it is charging some money for virtual classes. Now, here, if you want to go and click into this, what it is saying, buy Tableau training pass to get it here for free. All right, I will go back here and I will be having a look to the areas from where I can improve it. Instructor led training. This is instructor led training. What does that mean? There will be a people who will be teaching you. So of course for this you have to pay. For a basic, you have to pay lesser amount. For an intermediate, you have to pay more. And these are the topics which you have. But I would be suggesting don't take an instructor led because that is what again gonna be a paid. You can simply go ahead and watch these free recordings. These are the free training videos for you. So mostly what happens whenever we trainers show this to people, they go for instructor-led training and then they say this is not free. No, it is free. Here you have got it in detail, getting started, Tableau Cloud, connecting to data. And now here for a reference, I'm going to share a link of it so that you guys can click here and see whether you can see the same which I am seeing or not. All right, now go back and take a tour again. I'll quickly go back. Now I have come here and I have the data points and I have imported the data consider. I'll open. When you click into the open, it will be always giving you an option to open certain dashboards which has been created. Okay, focus. When you want to connect with the data, you click into the place or click into the extension like this. I'll go. I will be connecting a data. I'll take here a balance sheet history quarterly data. I'll open it and it is telling me unable to complete the access. Bad connection. Tableau could not connect to the data source. Why illegal file type for Excel protocol? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check my extension. Do remember these small information will be helping you out understand what type of extension you should be having and how you should be connecting. Now I'm showing you the folder. Do we have the Excel extension of folder here? No, we do have the extension, but that is what a CSV. So should we go ahead and do it with the CSV? All right, let's try that. Okay, that's thank you so much for confirming. Though it has been installed for you, please give a quick try practicing couple of at least options with me so that what will happen, you will be having an idea about the importation and the page and the user interfaces and the workbook. So if you do it, it will be easy for you guys to do the dashboarding session tomorrow. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly show you here. One second, it is hanging. I have shared my screen. Allow me a moment. I believe it must be visible now. Okay, so the time I have went via the Excel, what happens? It throws the error because it was not compatible with my extension. So this time I will be directly clicking into the more option and it is again giving me the options of those files. So I'm going to select one and I'll do open. I have opened it and can you see some changes here? We have imported the data. We have imported the data. So we are talking about the data source. If there is anyone who has recently joined, focus on those areas which I'm going to highlight. So here, this is a data source page. This is the connections place. This is the data connections and additions. This is the different types of connections which we have. If you want to filter out your data from here only at a data source level, you can do. And these are the datas and metadata we have. So let's go and understand this one properly. So now here, what we are noticing we have the connections. Earlier we had in the place of connections the different extension name like a Excel, like a Microsoft Excel, Teradata, and we had an option to import the data. But now we have a list of data. It means we have imported something. The time we have imported the data, the another window has been created which was not there, and let's understand it one by one. So what this window is saying, the data symbol with the drop down list. So the time you will be clicking into this, it is telling you, hey, you have already imported this income statement history here. I have imported that. And whatever sheets you will be having within that particular Excel file, all of those will be imported. Now, here, this is what is selected now. If you want, you can remove it. If you want, you can go ahead and pick it up the another one. This option is always available. So I will be going ahead and showing you one by one. So I have removed it. Now I have a balance sheet history. I have a balance sheet history for quarter, for month, quarterly, annually. Then we have a cash flow statement which is available again for quarterly and annually. Then we have an income statement history for quarterly and annually. I want to go ahead and take the balance sheet history annually here, and I want to have a look to the data, what data I have within it. So I have the data here. You can see stock, end date, accounts payable, inventory, and many other types of data we have. So this is what just a flow of it. Now in this data, if you want to filter out anything before you move to the next page, you can do that. So before you start building your dashboards, you can always go ahead and filter out some data. Here stock is IVC, CSLT, LPX, and so on, right? So I will go ahead and I will be now having a look to my top right side option. So one by one we'll go. This is what a filters. From the filter, you can click into the add, click into the add. What you want to here filter out? Stock. Which stock you want to filter out here? So I want to exclude here IVC. So go ahead and search for IVC. So I will search IVC. I'll select it and I'll exclude this, because selecting rest all and unselecting the IVC is gonna be little difficult, and excluding is gonna be easier because we have just one or two options. Now I'll do OK, and you will be observing in this data set the IVC has not been added now. You can always get it back whenever you want it, but you have filtered it out because you don't want this data for your visualization. Now let's understand some area here. So this is ABC column. No, the column name is not ABC. The column name is stock. The ABC means it's a data type. In a similar fashion, you have a symbol of date here, means it's a date data type. You have a symbol of number here, so it's a number data type. Let's go and figure out some more different types of data type. So we have only numbers, date, and a string data type here. So data type name would be visible. If you ever want to change it, you can change it, not a problem. Then what about the live and extract? The time you click into the extract, what will happen? You will still have the same data, but there is only one difference. You have now got the snapshot of the data, and from now onwards, from 4:16 p.m. 12 October 2023, whatever data changes will happen to the data source, those will not be reflecting your dashboards. But life will be always helping you out getting the updated data. All right. So though we are going very high level just to get an idea about it so that we can start with it, I'm going to talk about some more feature. So all of the features, whatever you see here, that has some meaning. Like here, it shows a data for annual balance sheet history. Now here, logical table, relational table, why we are getting that option? I'll just talk about it. Then here you have the 100. It means you have just got the 100 rows here. If you want, you can change the number. Then the setting, which is giving you an opportunity to sort your data A to Z, Z to A. You can see the changes in your columns alignment or data source sorted, the way it is available in the data source. So that is what you can do. If you are done with the data changes or filtering out the data, you can minimize it from the minimize button and you can just walk on this need more data page or database page. So here we have got the balance sheet history. Now we have here certain options: open, rename, remove, field names are in first row and so on. Then you have got here income statement history quarterly. Of course, you will only get the one which has been dragged to this place, which has been dragged to the place. What if I want to drag one more data here, like a balance sheet history? I have double clicked it and it has been added here. So two of the data sets now I'm showing here into the database page. But the problem is that it shows some alert to me. What is the meaning of that? Here we are not getting the relationship created properly. Okay, so I will go here and I will remove this one. I'll take here another data set. And here also we don't have a relationship created properly. So whenever there is a no relationship, it means you don't have a common data. Now I'll go ahead and remove it. Let's go to the top one. Here, if you want to change this income statement history quarterly to something else, then how do you do that? You can click into the new data source and you can add it there. As of now, income statement history quarterly you have taken, so you have got that one. If you want, you can add a new data source as well here. All right, now let's go to the top left side and see some options. This is a refresh button. This is a save button. Some buttons won't be always activated. Like here, forward option is not there just because you don't have anything to go forward. Undo option is there because you have made some changes and that will work. Now I'll click into the home tab and it will be again showing me though the page where we were earlier, but we have got the data. Then why we are not going to the page? To go to the workbook, you have to click into the go to the worksheet, sheet one. If you remember, sometime before I was showing you the same page and you did not have show me activated and you did not have any data here. But now though we have imported the data, you can see we have this show me option activated and we have the data. Where it is activated, Neha, we can't see it. You can't see it, but you can see it now. Now here we have many data. We have certain stock and I want to make a small visualization and I want to see what all stocks I have. So I want to show just the 5 stock. So I will be dragging this stock and putting it into the columns or into the rows, wherever you want. And I want to show the cash for it. I did it. Now the time I have taken the cash by stock, I can see some of the visualization got activated. All the visuals are active, but only it will be usable or it will be in use, which is actually getting the criteria which it is looking for. So by having these two data, we have got the stack column, a bar graph, and the tree map, and the bubble graph, and the heat map, and here These type of tables and maps are available for us, and the pie as well. You can see some more bubble and all also we have here activated, you can see. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show only just the 5 stocks here. How do I show that? I'll go ahead and I will take here the same stock into the filter options. The time I have taken it to the filter options, it is just telling me what you want. Select from a list, custom value, or use all. Definitely it is already in the use all method. I just want to go ahead and take a ACN, ADMBS, and AEF, and here AIR. So now we have selected AKTS, total 5 items. Do okay. And can you see the graph? There is a change in the graph now. Now answering to one of the question, as I said earlier, it will always good to have, and it is recommended to have one visuals in one worksheet, because you have got here only 2 options called columns and the rows. This is available one time for use. So if you take something here, that will be always going to be that respective visual. That's why we have got here the another page called a dashboard, which is not a problem in Power BI. In Power BI, you can directly go ahead and add multiple visuals in one page in one go. Because there the walk will be happening at a visual level, but here it is happening at a worksheet level. You don't need to do these all stuff. This is just for your understanding, and I'm showing you for your overview so that you can get an idea how does this tool work and how it looks like. Okay, now here you have got some marks, and in the marks you have some options called color, size, label, detail, and tooltip. What does that mean? Let's go and have a look to that. Take an example here. If I will take something to color, like I'll take a stock to color. Can you see a different color has been added to different stock level, and a legend has been added to the right side of the window. So to the right side of the canvas, the legend which we have, we can always click into it and we can make the changes. So let's go and have a look to this drop down list, which is giving you an option to make the changes like a color, edit the colors, format the legends, change the title, edit the alias, and a lot of things. So if I click into the format the legend, it gives me the options to format the legend with the font, shading, border, and alignment. That's what you can see to the left side of the window here. So I want to change the color of it. I want to change the color of it. So I can simply do a double click, and from this select colored palette, we can change the different color. You can see whatever color you want, you can get it from here. Okay, so Neha, we have got something which is not available here. How do we go ahead and change it? Then you select a single palette one by one. If you want to give a yellow color to this, if you want to give a green color to this, if you want to give a blue color to this, if you want to give a sky color to this, if you want to give a this color to this, and now do okay. So accordingly, you will be having this one. Once the visualization is ready, can you go and make some changes to this one? Yes, you can do. Like tomorrow, I don't want to show these 5. So what I'll do here, I'll come to this and I will be just selecting none, and I will select 5 other stocks. And you can see that's how it looks like. In a similar fashion, you can make many more changes here. Like you want to show top by field, top 10 cash, sum, and apply. So these are the top 10. Just do okay. You can see here, these are the top 10 which you have presented. You can go and sort it with the ascending and descending. With the data source you want to do? No. With the field you want to do? Yes. What you want to pick up here? Cash. And ascending or descending accordingly you can do. And just it has been done. I want to have another sheet where I want to show the stock. Now, always remember here, whatever you have shown, one point which I want to add, whatever you have shown, that formatting, if you are doing here, you can do a right click and copy the formatting and paste it here so that the same formatting would be added here. Now I want to go ahead and show here something. We have taken here a bar graph for the cash by stock. Here I want to show the same cash by stock. So I have got it. Add all members. Now I'll take a stock to the filters. I'll take here by field bottom 10. Okay. Cash and do apply and okay. Bottom 10, we don't have a certain values. You can see the 10 nulls value we have, right? So what can we do here? We can go to the edit filter and we have found out we had a null value there. So in the select, how do we go ahead and change it? You have a conditions. You have the wild card. So include all values when empty. No. And you can just see you have many null values here. Now if I'll go here and I'll try to select the bottom cache value 10, 5, 15, whatever you want, you can go ahead and do that. What do you see? Nothing has been shown because those null values which we had, we have excluded that. All right. So I'll go back. I'll go here to the general and I'm gonna, my mistake, I'm gonna select none for now. I'm going to show you both of the options. So first I want to have here these 5. Now, when I'm taking this, you must be noticing I do not have any value here. Whenever you are presenting something, here you can see it is there when I have selected in the same way, but here it is not there. Because generally I have observed whenever people apply any conditions to the wild card, they forget to change it and then they go back to the general. Wild card conditions and top. These are the different types of filter method. So when you are learning the filter or practicing the filter, which is the very important part of the Tableau, you need to focus on all these 4. And with the combination of this, you have to work. If you don't want to make any changes, then don't make a changes anywhere. Let this be as it is. You can see it has come back the time I have included all the values. Now I have got this value and the time I'm putting my cursor over the bar, it is showing us the value. These values are nothing but it is called a tooltip. Tooltip are those values, whatever you will be seeing when you are hovering your cursor over the graph. All right, I want to change this. I want to take it in a pie graph or in a bar, stack bar or in a tree map or in a bubble graph. Like this, I want to see. Now focus in some of the areas. Everywhere it is not possible to have a great graph. So all of the graph are not great graph for this. Why I'm getting this color, do you know? Because for the legend, I have copied the color from here. So now I want to change the color of this. I want to make this one green and I want to make this one a little lighter. The time I have changed the color of it, do you think the color will change for this? Let's go and check it out. ACN. Do you have a green color for ACN here? So what happens? You have a different values here, but for the legend, when you copy the formatting, It will be copying, but it will be utilized based on the values. So I have not copied the sheet 2 formatting to the sheet 1. All right, so this was just the basic. Why did I create two of the worksheet? Because I wanted to show you the dashboard. The time I have created a two worksheet, you can see it has been added to a dashboard. When I have clicked into the dashboard, I can see the two sheets here. So you go ahead and get it here. By double clicking, you can get it here. You can organize it the way you want. It's totally on you. You have an option to organize it properly. But as of now, I'm going to show you at a very basic level. I'm making it floating so that it will float and it won't be fixed in one place. And I can organize it like this. So as of now, I'm showing two sheets in one dashboard like this. So this is what nothing but just to show you the dashboards give you the opportunity to combine the multiple worksheet. Tableau is the older version, and if you will be noticing and comparing the Tableau and Power BI, then Tableau has came in the market earlier 1990s and Power BI has come in the market in 2015, and that's too it has started getting utilized in the organization officially from 2017 because it was super slow. So there are some of the features which all have been added to the Tableau, which is little challenging or might be little manual. Those has been automated in Power BI. So dashboards gives you the opportunity to add multiple worksheet in one dashboard or in one page. When you are presenting this dashboard to your end user, you have to do a right click to the dashboard and you have to hide all sheets. So all of those sheets which has been added to this dashboard, that will be hidden. So the very basic we have got an idea. Now let's go and have a look to the ribbon. More or less, ribbon would be almost similar for all of the BI tool with a little difference and little extension. So how to open a new, close this one, save and save as, export as a respective version or a packaged workbook, or you can import certain new workbook here. You can do the page setup, print it as a PDF, and many more things you can do. If you want to add a new data source, you can do that. If you want to add a new worksheet, you can click from here and get it. You guys can see all of the features are fed here. Let me take you to the to the sheet. The time you click into the sheet, you will get this go to sheet arrow mark here. It will directly take you to the sheet. This time when I'm clicking into the worksheet, everything is activated. So why it was fed? The time you will be in a dashboard, the worksheet will be fed and the story will be fed it, and vice versa will happen for dashboard and story. So as of now, you click into the dashboard, everything is fed it. Now you go back to the dashboard and you will see all the features are activated. So copying, exporting, clearing, actions, these things which you are seeing in the new worksheet. So this is what, just because we have selected this and these features we can utilize for the worksheet. These features we can utilize at a dashboard level. Then we have a story. I'm going to add, and I will be showing you the story will give you an opportunity to add the multiple dashboards. As of now, we have one. All right. Analysis will be giving you an opportunity to do the analytical level of the analysis, forecasting, trend line. You can see many analytical level of the analysis has been added here, like a lessons, filters, parameters, edit calculated fields, some table layout. Everything is easy, but yeah, it needs time to understand, and we need to understand where it will be utilized and how it will be utilized. If you want to do a formatting, you can use a format tab. If you want to publish it to the server, you can use a server tab. Window will be giving an opportunity to put it in a presentation mode, and you can take some help from the help window. All right, go back to the dashboards and then I'll take you to the sheet. In the sheet, I was talking about the marks. In the marks, you can see here, you are having the different options. The time we have taken this talk to the color, we have got the color. I want to get the name of it. So this is what has been already added. Now take an example. I want to get the date of it. So I can get the date into the level and you can see the date has been added. Though it is selected year, that's why it is showing you year, you can go and change the mode and change it through the custom. You can get the complete date, you can get the exact date, you can get here the year, a month, or anything. So the text or the level will be letting you add that data as a text over the graph. The size, if you want to change this graph size based on the cache, fine, that is already there. If you want to change it based on the inventory, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. You can change your respective graph with the other columns of data, which is correlated with each other. And that's how the size work. Then the tooltip. As of now, when you put your cursor, you can see end date, stock, and inventory without adding any of the other data or a graph or a color within this particular visualization. I want to show here an end date in the tooltip, but those should not be visible. So I'll remove the end date from the level. And now here you can see where it has gone. Now I have added it. Yes, it has to be changed. The formatting has to be changed. So we'll do that. So now the time I am going to, for the time being, I'm going to take something which will make some sense. Total liability. So we have not added the total liability anywhere here in the graph. But when you will be hovering your cursor over the visual, you can see the total liability value has been shown. Why? Because we have added it to the tooltip. That's what a tooltip is all about. So whenever you hover your cursor over the graph and you get the details, that's what called a tooltip. All right. Let's go back to the dashboard. So this is the one of the dashboard where we are having the sales data and we want to understand how does this sales works. Let me just present it properly. Yes, here. So I'm going to do a right click and hide all the sheets. How many dashboards we have? We have just one dashboard. That is what a pipeline dashboard. But we have many pages here. We have many worksheets added here, you can see. So the time you do a right click and unhide all the sheets, you can see the work has been done in a different worksheet, pipeline by rep, pipeline by stages, pipeline by calendar, pipeline ops, pipeline by bucket. Now, if you want to change any graph of this, so this contains a huge volume of data. So that's why it is a little slower than the earlier Tableau worksheet, because that was having only two different sheets with a few amounts of data. Now we have a pipeline by bucket, partner involvement, and we have got here many different tabs. And all of the tabs contain some of the dashboards or some of the visuals. If you want to change it, you can change it. Like take an example, the time I select this visual, this is what of course tree map. If you want to go ahead and change it, you can change it like this. You can get a different types of result. Primary competitor, we have got here this graph. I'm going to get here a tree map, or I'm going to get here a, okay, whenever you change the graph, do remember it should be also making some sense with your data. Otherwise, you have to make the changes to the columns, rows, filters, and marks. So it gets settled down with those respective areas and categories. You have a product categories where we are showing the product categories based on the values of booking. So now you can go ahead and add these all in one dashboard to present it together. You can see here we are having a different types of visuals which shows. One of the visual we have changed here, so that's why we have got the updated visuals here. So the time you will make the changes into the worksheet, that will get updated here automatically. You don't need to do that. So here we have the tables and the details, but how do we organize and design and prepare it in such a way so that it will look good and look presentable? The way we did it in Power BI, we made it successfully presentable. That is what we will be seeing there. We will be learning certain things like what are these symbols, how does this column and rows works, how does this date table works, so how does this month and week we change from one date. So these things we have to change from our basic data source or a main data source to a required as per the required business details. So we'll work on this in our tomorrow D2 date our dashboard preparation session, and there we will be again finishing the another dashboards. Along with that, if time permits, I'll give you a quick walkthrough or at least a verbal discussion we'll do on the data warehouse and other stuff which are getting utilized in an organizations in this field like a Zira, like a Confluence, Snowflake, Teradata, Toad, and these kinds of applications and BI tools. All right, I'll close this. And quickly, I will be sharing here some of the books from these are the ebooks which you can leverage. I'm quickly gonna share it. So this is from the yesterday's session. As I said, I will be going ahead and sharing one of the ebook. So if you are looking forward to get certain answers, or you are looking forward to, have a look to the complete Power BI desktop and Power BI, all the building blocks chapter you want to cover, then there is a one book which is available for free. You can go ahead and leverage that. Just because of saving your time, I'm going to share it with you, but you can also get it online, or you can also find it in the Google by searching it with the name what we have here available. And this has been provided by the Microsoft company itself. That's why it is completely free. It can be only utilized for a reading and understanding purpose. All right, so quickly I'm going to share it. It has a huge number of pages, so it may take few seconds. So I can see in the chat window now, this is available, the Microsoft Press ebook, where you are having the introduction about the Power BI and the details about the Power BI. So you can go and have a look to this. It has 400 pages, so it will be little easy for you to understand now because you have gone to a couple of sessions of Power BI, and it will be really helpful. So from my end, it has been delivered. So it might take few more seconds just because it has a lot of pages. Along with that, as I promised, I'm gonna just share another link from where you guys can learn about the Power BI and practice certain questions too. So I will be walking you through with that as well, along with sharing. So just give me a moment. First, I'll share the link and then I'll share my screen and give you a quick walkthrough. In a similar fashion, after Tableau session, I will provide the same tomorrow. So there are actually many ways which you can utilize to practice this, but however, these are available for free, so you can leverage it. So this is the link which I have shared, and do confirm me once you guys have received a book because it is very important for me to know. Now here, this link contains the entire topic about Power BI. How do you find it? So you have many things here you can see. So we are into this training documents. Okay. I'll scroll down and I can see we have the get started with Microsoft data analysis. Here, use DAX and Power BI. So you have a different topics. Very simple. You click into the browse all Power BI learning paths because you only want to learn Power BI from here. Post doing that, there will be a roles available. So you select a data analyst role and a business analyst role. And if you guys are looking for a step up version of a data scientist, then select a data scientist role as well. So these three roles you can select. Rest all are not gonna be that important for you. And then you will have it available from the basic to the advanced level. Getting started building with Power BI, discover the data analysis, describe the business value for a MSP platform, get data in Power BI, get started with Power BI, choose Power BI model framework. So what you can do, you can take an example. You are here, like getting started with the Power BI. So you can click here and you will have the section divided. Each one of the section will have a 5 to 6 minutes of reads for you from the scratch to till the end. And this is how you can go and learn about it. Do continue. What is the use of Power BI? You can read 3 lines, 4 lines. You can see the images. You can go to the next. You can see what all are the important blocks you have. So we have 5 important building blocks. About that you can read what are the uses of it. So like that you can go and explore about the Power BI more. Alrighty. So that's all from my end for today. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And if you have any doubt, any questions after the session, make sure you jot it down and ask me tomorrow, or you can reach out to the LMS team for that. Ahmed has shared the attendance link. Please don't forget to give your attendance before leaving the session. Alrighty, with this note, I will be seeing you tomorrow and have a very good evening to everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you so much. I will be here for next 10 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Rahul, which textbook you are asking for? Okay, but I really did not get the point. Which textbook you're asking for? If you can name that. For Power BI? For Power BI, I have already shared the ebook and the link from where you can go and practice the Power BI. You can learn more about it. You can explore more about it because I know you all will have a lot of queries and the curiosity about these tools. For the Tableau, I will be sharing it tomorrow. Let me know if I have answered your question. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words.
Okay, then thank you so much, all of you, for joining the session, and we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Yeah, tomorrow is the last day. So once again, thank you so much, and we'll wind up for the day.